Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another flashlight review, this time from AstroLux. Now this here is their MF01X. Now I was sent this by Banggood.com. They wanted me to test and review this light. Comes in this box. Now my particular version is the gray. So let's wait no further. Let's open this up, see what's in. Start off with the user manual. Nice, well-detailed manuals. Using the Android UI, and we'll go over quite a bit of it, except for the programming, which you can do yourself. Now in this little bag of goodies, show it to you here. Get one lanyard, paracord style, 2 O-rings, and a tripod ring, which I will show you that in a little bit. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the light. Alright, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and put that ring in now. Now these here are impressive flood beam lights. Huge area at once. No issues with not being able to see. Now they don't have a huge amount of throw, but they do really well for the way this is set up. So that's what that looks like once you put it on. Makes it look nice. Now, is this bringing any bell to you? Well, let me bring it out. Here's the Mate Miko, and here's the AstroLux. So I get a lot of questions about, are they made by the same company? And yes, they are. So here you go. Different market demographics that this is sold in versus the AstroLux, but they're identical in every way. Of course, color is the difference, but everything else is the same. So if you're able to get your hands on a Mate Miko and it is cheaper, then by all means go ahead and get that. Or if you can get the AstroLux cheaper, then you will have no issues with either one. Stainless steel bezel on here looks really nice. This is a really nice compact light. Not seeing any issues with carrying it. Now this will get pretty toasty if you have it on the higher outputs, but it will cycle down. And my understanding is you can put the glow tubes in here and make this all glow really nice, look futuristic. Now I didn't get any sent to me, so I'm unable to get those put in. But if I do at a later point, maybe make a little video on both of them, because these things just look really futuristic. And here's the charging port. This is a Type-C, but they do not include a cable. Now if you do use a 45 watt, 30 watt, or 15 watt, you're going to get faster charging speeds, but anything under 10 watts is going to be your standard charging time, which is going to be quite a long time for these 3 21700 cells. Here's the button here. Now this can be a little difficult to find in the dark, just letting you know ahead of time. You can table stand that if you need. Now I really am impressed with the Mate Miko, but they come in other options as color of the body, and this gray doesn't look too bad as well. Lanyard hole there. Now the style and design on this model is very nice. Now let's go ahead and take a look here, and you've got 18 SFQ43 LEDs in there, special optics, so it's going to be a pure flood beam coming out of this. Might have a little centralized area, but mainly flood. Now the machining and finish on this is very nice. No issues. And with all these different designs and patterns on the body, just smooth, no rough areas, no sharp areas. Very nice. Alright, now let's go ahead and take it all apart, and I'll show you the insides as well as the battery area. Does have some grease on the threads, and we've got the spring on the head, heavy duty, what that looks like there. Now if you do want to store this light, you can put the protection piece here so it doesn't turn on or wear down the batteries on you. Now we'll go ahead and get the battery compartment open for you. A lot of screwing. Greased threads on there as well. Heavy duty dual tail springs there. Requires a lot of power. This does rotate. Here, as you can see, this got to go into that little hole there. So now let me bring out the batteries I'm going to be using here. These are 21700 cells. These are 4800 milliamp. These are an unprotected cell, so should provide plenty of power for this light. These are 20 amp cells. I've had some really good luck with them, also known as E-fan, Giz fan. Got a couple ways that they do with their products. We're going to go ahead and put the batteries in. Takes 3 of them. Now you can run on 1 or 2 cells. That's for emergencies. Just don't run it on the highest output, because that's a lot of strain on the battery. Got to line it up just perfectly. And once we got that screwed in, you'll have the activity light here on the side switch. Also the LEDs on the head of the light, also known as the auxiliary LEDs. Now I'll go over those as well. Now, in order to start the light off, simply turning that on. This does have memory mode, so they had it on the highest output here. That's the lowest level that this light can do, with all those LEDs, about 1 lumen. That looks great. course, it's on default with ramping. Now you can simply press down and hold. It'll do increments if you want, back and forth. And we can go all the way up. It's the highest part of the UI that's not turbo. Man, these lights are incredible. Now, if you want the highest output, double click, we'll get you turbo, 21,000 lumens. Wow, that is bright. Press down and hold. Bring that bad boy back down. This thing does get hot. This is not warm at all, but it is likely to get hot on you the longer you have it on there. So now we're going to go ahead and change it to stepping. I'm going to show you that first. Now we're going to show you stepping, 1, 2, 3. So now it's on stepping. Now the lowest light output is not as low as the ramping. Press down and hold. Now if you do go back and forth, it'll only go between the one you're on and the one above. So if you want to go up and down through the UI, you will have to press down and hold. Now this lowest light output, of course, if we change it back to ramping, 1, 2, 3, now it's on ramping. You can see how much lower that goes. So a little bit different. So if you want the absolute lowest light output that this thing can do, you will have to have it on ramping. So now on any light level, any UI that you use, whether it be ramping or stepping, you're simply going to double click to access the highest output instant. Man. And that is really messing with my eyes and my camera. As you can see, just insane brightness that this thing can do. So now if you do want to turn off the light, now if you do want to check the battery level, you can 1, 2, 3 from off. There's 4.1 volts. I just charged those batteries. And that'll keep doing that until you hit the side switch. Now this light also features a digital lockout. In order to do that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the light is locked out. Now when you do press the button, it only comes on a very low light output. Great for if you're putting it in a bag or a backpack for your next adventure. You don't want this to come on accidentally, since it does have memory mode. But the way this button is, I don't think it's super likely to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you unlock the light. Now it's back on. So the next mode I'm going to show you is 5 clicks from off. But we're going to go ahead and set it up prior. And we'll do it about right there. We're going to shut it off. Now we're going to do 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have the pressure switch action momentary. Great for if you're law enforcement. You can do that as well. And it really messes with my camera. Nice feature. Now in order to get out of that, simply unscrew the barrel, screw it back on, and you're back with the light. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 6 clicks from off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we have what they call muggle mode. So it just kind of slowly comes on and goes back down. You can see how it just kind of comes on slowly. So if we have it at this light level, kind of has that little step up before it comes on. I'm going to turn it off at this light level. Now in order to get out of that, you can simply 6 times from off again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now the light is back to its normal ramping. That just comes on normal. Now 7 clicks from off deals with the auxiliary LEDs. We're going to go ahead and do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I turned off the auxiliary LEDs. Nothing is blinking there. We're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can barely see it here. They're real low level there. Always on. Now we're going to do 7 clicks again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit brighter there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you have them back to blinking, is what I like. So it's really nice to be able to adjust those a little bit. Really looks good, especially at night when it's pitch black. And with the, auxiliary LEDs, really easy to find this in the dark. If it's an emergency, power outage has happened, you'll easily be able to find this, kind of set it on its side. Or if you do set it, make sure you can easily see the power switch when you have it on the counter, and you should have no problem. Now let's go through the special modes here. We're going to do 3 clicks. On the 3rd click, you're going to press down and hold. 1, 2, 3. Now we have what they call candlelight mode. Now this one here is adjustable. On the light output, you can see it is flickering. Turn it down a little bit. Kind of see there, mimicking a candle. Pretty amazing. Now you can intensify that if you do. Make it really bright if you want. Now, if you want the best demonstration of this mode, is to get a diffuser, make one for this, and really intensifies it. Now we're going to double click to go through the other modes. There's a bike mode. Now you can intensify this one in light output as well. The camera really doesn't do it justice, but double click again will get you what they call a party mode. Now this here, you can adjust the intensity of it to make it faster, or you can slow it down to where it's more of a strobe effect. Now my camera's not really showing it correctly, but see if I can adjust it just enough where my camera can pick it. That's what it looks like. It's pretty wild. Speed it up to where it's just a real fast pulse, almost like a bike mode, but there's no on and off, it's just constant. Double click will get you what they call a tactical strobe. My favorite type of strobe. If you're going to have it, this is the one that you want. Very distracting. Full light output, man. Double click again. Now this here is a lightning storm mode. You can see there. There's no adjustments you can do on the tactical strobe, and on this one you cannot do any adjustments on it, but this thing is just amazing. You put this in a window behind your blinds or whatever, you swear there's a storm out there, and the noise scares my wife, so this not having the noise she's okay with. Definitely a conversation piece if you have this going and some family and friends come over. They're like, hey, what's that? What is that? It's lightning storm. What? Pretty good. Love it. I use this quite a bit. I'd fallen asleep with it. Forgot all about it. It was still going. I think it was like, I woke up a couple of hours later. It was like a little nap. It was still going. Pretty amazing. Now, if you double click this again, it'll go back to the candle mode, which we already showed. One click turns that off. And that's all there is to this UI. You can do a lot of programming. Also, factory reset is possible. Just make sure that when you do reset it, press down and hold, screw that body off, tighten it back up, then you're resetting the light. Also, if you make a mistake, I don't program them too much. There's a couple things that I kind of messed around with when they first started coming out with it, but this thing does a lot just on its own without all that. But you can tweak this out just to your own liking. Very nice, solid build quality on this. Feels rugged. Alright, well, let's wait no further. Let's take this bad boy out, see how it does in the wilderness. We are out here in the darkness with the AstroLux MF01X. Let's go ahead and get started. Low setting. It is on. Pretty dim. Kind of give you an idea. I'll raise it up just a little bit here. It is making that water spout 38 feet. And it is making 65 feet to that tree there. There's the beam on the fence, give you an idea. Real floody on that beam. I'll ramp it up here a little bit more. There we go. And there's the famous Tree of Life, 138 feet from where I'm standing. Pure flood. You can see how wide the spill kind of tapers off. So I'll ramp it up here a little bit more. There we go. Tree of Life lit up even more. Now this is not going to have a huge amount of throw, but it will do well. Wrap it up all the way to the highest point there. 238 feet there behind the Tree of Life. Is lit up with ease. Haven't got it on turbo. Faintly see those palm trees there as well. Nice. See all the way across the park to those playgrounds. This thing is crazy bright. Let's go ahead and do turbo, see how it does. Let's go ahead and do turbo. Wow. Insane. Reliving this moment again with this AstroLux. Look at that. Now we'll start to cycle down due to heat, which is normal. We're going to go back over to the Tree of Life. Do turbo again here. See how it does. You can do that quite a few times, but it's not recommended to use turbo constantly. It will get extremely hot to handle. Speaking of that now, starting to get pretty toasty in my hand. Insane. Huge beam profile. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those night shots. Phenomenal performance. Definitely is right up there with the Mate Miko. No issues with the beam quality, build quality. You're pretty much getting the same light. Whichever one you can get for the price that you want, especially for budget concerns, either one is going to do the same thing, and you can't go wrong with either one. The beam on this is just huge, large, and wide. It's got some decent amount of throw. Easily see 300 feet with ease. Beyond that, of course, is, you know, it starts stepping down in brightness quite a bit, but just a huge foreground. Everything is lit around you with this light, and really is impressive. Now, if you do want to charge this via the Type-C, now, in order to take advantage of the Type-C charging system on this, use a QC 3.0 PD charger 3.1, whichever one you use. Make sure it's at least 30 watts or more. You'll be able to quickly charge this on the road for your next adventure. So overall, really like the UI on this. You can choose ramping or stepping. It's up to you. I showed the ramping in the night shots because I like to be able to kind of ramp it up slowly. Stepping is okay, but I really like the ramping. That way I can dial it in right at the light level that I want, and if you mess up, you can just go back up a little bit and back down. So again, AstroLux, Mate Miko, whichever one you want to call it, they come in different colors, and that is a huge plus. So if you do like the black or you like this gray, it's nice to be able to have the additional colors for the body, and the LED are very impressive in this. Alright, well, I want to thank Banggood.com for sending me this MF01X to review. Now, if this is something you are interested in getting, I will leave a link to my 2 online stores. You'll be able to find that there. Top of my page, right there, you will see that along with the coupon. Just click on it. It'll automatically clip it to your clipboard. Once you go to checkout, bottom left is the coupon area. Paste it there. You'll see the savings there. Really is nice to be able to help you guys save some money on these lights, because they really are a specialty for me. I'm a flashaholic, so that should help you save some money on this, just in case you're interested in getting it. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share, like, and subscribe. That way I can bring more of these lights from AstroLux Banggood to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care.